as people get older, they don't know what they need to do and the right kind of meals, the right kind of nutrition they need to have in order to age gracefully. Well, I have with me virtually Dr. Toheeb Bankole. He's going to be sharing insights on the things you can do to age gracefully. Good evening and good to have you here with me.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me once again.
All right, Lagos, you as well get to share your thoughts. Questions you might have, well, you can come through on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981, and let's have your thoughts this evening as well concerning how and the things you've been doing for those who have been aging gracefully. They will say that they have vampire blood in them. So what are those things that you get to do to make sure that you are aging gracefully? But we also have the doctor in-house who's going to share insights on the things for those who haven't been on the healthy trajectory. What are the things you need to do to live a healthier life? Okay. Without much ado, let's even get into the conversation itself, because I know that with every day we have nutritional or dietary adjustments we need to make. So, can you highlight or explain what the most important dietary plans or adjustments we need to make once we are getting to certain age or getting towards maybe from our 30s? Is it from our 30s? Is it from our 20s? When exactly should we even start adjusting our dietary nutrition so that it starts to show not just on our face but our bodies and everywhere around us?
Thank you very much. Yeah, so ideally, all this advice that we give should start as early as possible. So even if you're in your 20s, it's very important to start taking these things, because usually when those things build up your body, or let me say the bad habits build up your body, that's what comes to affect you later in life.
Right.
Yes. So the things that we advise an old person is probably the same thing we still tell somebody that is young. So things such as maintaining a healthy diet, balanced diet, is one of the important things I'm going to tell someone that is aging or anybody generally. So it's good to focus your meals on nutrient-dense foods, so like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, put stuff like fish, poultry, beans in your food.
Right.
Less of red meat, like your beef and cow and goats and whichever, all those red meat, what we consider red meat generally. And also try and incorporate good healthy fats, like from avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil. Those ones help to maintain the brain function and the heart also. It's also good to increase your fiber content. It helps with your digestive system, so it makes your food go down easily and prevents constipation. And I think one of the most important ones is to limit unhealthy components like sugars. People drinking sodas, a lot of processed food and stuff like that. Yes, they affect the body in a bad way, and then it can also cause effects in the long run. And one thing that I believe people are starting, there's a push on that, especially on social media, is hydration.
Okay.
So, yes, so we see people saying, okay, drink a lot more water, and that is correct. Actually, it's good to stay hydrated because it helps your body function better compared to when you are dehydrated. So those are some of the things that we advise people who are going old in your 30s, 40s to start incorporating into your lifestyle, especially your feeding area, to help you have a long life and enjoyable life.
I like that, because whatever it is you put in your mouth, it will definitely show one way or the other on the outside. If you're eating healthy, you see it on the outside. If you're eating poorly, it will also reflect on the outside. But whilst we're also on the same trajectory where we're trying to eat healthy, what are the things should we be doing? Because I know earlier on you mentioned keeping fit and the likes. Some people say it's hard for them to even lift their arms as they get older. They're tired. But you will hear also that, as you grow older, you need to exercise more. So please enlighten us. What exactly is the way to go? Should we lessen our strain when it comes to exercise, or should we double up on it?
Okay, yeah. So I believe in moderation, actually. So and what the body does is, once you start something, it gets used to it, and then it becomes easier to perform that particular function. So the earlier you start doing physical activities, that you are taking your walks, performing exercises, jogging, lifting weights, your body gets used to it. So as you grow older, you get less of that effect of, it's difficult for me to move my hand, it's difficult for me to run, it's difficult for me to walk. Yeah, so except people that develop probably some conditions or medical conditions that might hinder those things. Yes. It's essential that you should try and exercise a lot more. It helps your health, your heart. It helps your heart's health because your heart gets used to actually performing activities. So that's why when we talk about the risk factors for some conditions is sedentary lifestyle. So people who sit down in one place, do nothing all day, they become prone to having all these medical conditions when they grow older. So one of the advices that we give you is to actually perform exercises, jog a bit, walk a lot. Dancing is one of numerous exercises people tend to do because they have many benefits for you, your heart, your bones, your cognitive functions, because when you're active, you're engaging people also doing that, and then it keeps you in tune with what's going on. And also improves your flexibility. The more you move, the more your body is able to go around all those different movement areas, and then your body doesn't become stiff, staying in one position. And it also helps independence, because if you look at more of the older people who are active, they require less support to move around compared to those who are more sedentary and stay in one place. So it's good. The advice is to keep exercising, keep being active, keep moving. It's going to help you when you grow older.
Okay, I like that, because that was one of the myths I've heard of, that I know there are lots of myths out there, but there's the myth that as you grow older, you shouldn't stretch so much, because if you stretch so much, your body, your bones could break. And then also you don't have to press your knuckles. You don't need to stretch too much. All those things make you more fragile, and you're prone to breaking a bone and the likes. Please, what other myth do you know or have you come across when it comes to aging that we can debunk this evening?
Okay. Yeah, so sorry. Like you said, some of the myths people say is that, okay, as you grow older, your body becomes very brittle, very fragile.
Right.
While as age is one of the risk factors for some of these diseases, it's not 100%. That is, you still see people in their 60s, 70s, 80s performing activities that your 20-year-olds, your 30-year-olds perform, and sometimes they won't perform better than the younger ones.
True.
So it's a myth that people need to actually do away with, because as you grow older, you might not be able to perform as well as you used to, but still your body can still. But that's why we mentioned exercise. Yes, so the more you exercise, your body is used to it, so you don't feel rickety or feel like a old furniture compared to your younger mates. Another one is cognitive decline. People believe as you grow older,
you lose your train of
brain,
thoughts.
exactly, your brain. Yeah. But we look at we have old people all around us who are actually performing great. People like Professor Wale Soyinka, you can say is one of the older generation we have. But if you look at him, he's one of the most enlightened people we have in the country, who speaks very well. Even our president, Tinubu, is in his 70s now, and he's still able to lead the country. So being old doesn't mean that as you grow older, your brain starts failing and you can't do the things you used to do before.
Right.
You can still continue, and that's why the earlier advice came: eating well, exercising well. Also, people tend to say that the older people are incapable of learning new things. Like they say, you can't treat an old dog new tricks.
Yes.
Well, people grow old. I've heard of stories of people who are now in their 60s, 70s, are learning new things. People are learning programming. People are learning UX stuff at old age. It's because they now feel, okay, I have the time to do what I like. So they learn new things, take up hobbies, go to dance classes and stuff like that. And one of the things that people tend to also mention is when it comes to their sexual relations, if I put it like that, they believe when you grow older,
you become inactive in that regard.
Yes. While it's to some point you might have a drop, it doesn't mean that people older giving birth to children are seeing men in their 70s having children nowadays.
Yeah.
So yes, it's not like once you are a particular age everything just stops. No, people who are old are able to still live their lives and enjoy it as much as a young man or a young lady.
Okay, thank you for highlighting that. But what I want to quickly get this in before we wrap up, because, as they say, time is never a friend when we're talking about interesting conversations such as this. I know that as you grow older, there are certain, would I say specific vitamins or supplements that one is supposed to take, and how regular should this be? Because it's been advised that as you grow older, certain things that start to wane, like you mentioned, maybe their stamina isn't as it used to be any longer. So what do they need to do? Are there food supplements they should be taking, or are there other vitamins and minerals and supplements on its own that they should be upping as they grow older?
Yes. So first of all, I'd like to start that supplements are not a replacement for your meal.
Right.
They're not a replacement for a balanced diet. So they can't replace that, just to support you as your growth getting older. So some things that tends to happen to people as you grow older is a deficiency in vitamin D, which leads to weakened bones. So vitamin D is something that is essential for people to have in their older people. So you can get it from, there's some supplements that actually give you the vitamin D you require. Also, vitamin B12 is another supplement or another vitamin that you need in your body. So as you grow older, the absorption of that particular vitamin reduces. So sometimes you need a lot more in your body so that your body has enough to take from, even though it's not able to absorb everything, but it has enough to absorb from. So it's any vitamin that contains B12 is also good. Also, calcium, also in line with vitamin D, also works with the bones. Also, we have omega-3 fatty acids. They help with your heart health, your brain function, they reduce inflammation. So those are some of the important vitamins that you need in your body. So, like I said, they don't fully replace your diet,
right?
But
they
can just supplement. Yes, those little parts that you might just need a bit more of. That's what they are needed, but still maintain